On a warm summer night in a quiet suburb, a teenage girl never made it back from her babysitting job. Her parents thought she was running late. Her friends assumed she had gone out after work. But by morning, her bed was still untouched, and her diary, hidden beneath the mattress, would expose a chilling secret no one saw coming. This is the story of a girl who vanished in plain sight, and the disturbing truth her diary revealed. 17-year-old Emily Carter was the kind of girl everyone described as the responsible one. She loved reading crime novels, played guitar in her high school's talent shows, and worked part-time as a babysitter to save money for college. Neighbors trusted her. Kids adored her. Her teachers said she had a quiet determination, the kind that made you believe she'd go far in life. But like many teenagers, Emily had a private world, thoughts she only shared in her diary. Pages filled with sketches, song lyrics, and confessions about the people she trusted most. To her parents, she was safe. To her friends, she was reliable. But in Emily's own words, written just weeks before she disappeared, she admitted, "I think someone is watching me." On the night of June 14, 2002, Emily had been hired to babysit for a family just 3 blocks away. She left her house at 6:45 p.m., wearing jeans and a denim jacket, waving goodbye to her little brother as she walked down the street. At 9 p.m., the mother of the children she was babysitting checked in. Everything was fine. Emily had put the kids to bed and was watching TV in the living room. At 10:30 p.m., the parents came home. The children were asleep. The house was in order. But Emily was gone. Her jacket still hung by the door. Her purse sat on the counter. She had simply vanished. Police were called, and by midnight search teams combed the neighborhood. Flashlights swept through backyards, wooded trails, and playgrounds. But Emily was nowhere to be found. This would be the last time anyone ever saw her alive. 3 days later, a fisherman along the river spotted something caught against the rocks. At first, he thought it was trash, a torn backpack half submerged in the water. But when he pulled it out, he realized it wasn't garbage. Inside the backpack were Emily's notebooks, a hairbrush, and a diary. The diary, water-stained but legible, contained a series of entries that would change the direction of the entire investigation. On the final pages, Emily wrote, "I don't feel safe at the Johnsons' house. The father comes home late sometimes and stands too close when he talks to me. I told my mom once, but she said I was imagining things. I don't think I'm imagining it anymore." Suddenly, the disappearance was no longer a mystery of chance. It was a crime. Detectives focused on the Johnson family, the couple Emily was babysitting for the night she disappeared. The mother insisted she had seen nothing unusual, but the father, Mark Johnson, claimed he had worked late that evening. His story quickly unraveled. Phone records showed he had left the office early. Security footage placed his car near the river where Emily's backpack was found. And then came the most damning evidence. DNA from Emily's jacket, recovered from the Johnsons' garage, matched fibers from the family's trunk lining. When confronted, Mark Johnson insisted Emily had left on her own, that she might have been running away. But investigators knew better. A neighbor came forward, reporting she had seen Johnson unloading something heavy into his car the night Emily vanished. By now, the community was gripped with fear. Parents refused to let their daughters babysit. Candlelight vigils were held, and everyone wanted to know, what happened to Emily Carter? The case against Mark Johnson moved quickly. Prosecutors painted a harrowing picture. A trusted family man who preyed on a teenage girl under the guise of hiring her as a babysitter. The diary became the centerpiece of the trial. Reading her own words aloud in court, her warnings, her fear, brought her parents to tears. Defense attorneys tried to dismiss the diary as teenage exaggeration. But combined with DNA, surveillance footage, and eyewitness testimony, the evidence was overwhelming. In 2004, Mark Johnson was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life without parole. Emily's body, however, was never found. To this day, Emily Carter's family still leaves a candle in her bedroom window, hoping for the impossible, that one day she'll come home. Her diary remains both a haunting testimony and a chilling reminder of how secrets, even when written in private, can speak louder than words. And the unanswered question still lingers. If Emily hadn't kept a diary, would anyone have ever known the truth? What do you think? Was justice truly served without finding her body? Or is the truth about Emily's final moments still hidden forever?